Okay, so with the Two of Wands being the overall here, I really do think that there needs to be some consideration on the course of action that you're planning on taking. Now, this though too can show that as far as the other person goes, I think that they're in a place where they don't know what to choose right now. But, I worry about follow through on a course of action. And I think that you need to really consider, what you're choosing here. You coming into this with the Eight of Wands, this is about things that are happening very quickly in a relationship. It's like all of a sudden things change. I think it's because the person that you're dealing with here is keeping some things to themselves, right? There could be some deception and cheating, right? With the Seven of Swords, possibly. But this is somebody who very clearly is not being open about what their intentions are. They may have other choices. But the thing is I don't think that this is being kept hidden anymore. I think that you know about this, and I think that it changes things very quickly in the relationship. You may have felt like at some point things were going in a certain direction, but now it's changing. And with Judgment, this is, I always look at Judgment in relationships and I think, yeah, there is the possibility for a second chance. And it does look like this person is wanting to, maintain a stable foundation with you with the Four of Wands. And I do think that they are opening up about, the things that they've been feeling. But I think that for you, this is like something that you really, really need to consider before you make a choice here. And that really depends on what has been kept hidden with that Seven of Swords. Where is that deception coming from? Now, and it makes me wonder if something else didn't work out for that person. But, you're the one here that's going to have to decide on whether or not this relationship should continue. Because you're being asked to kind of review things here. But I also look at Judgment as like a relationship that is close to, being done. But it's not quite there yet. Now, with your Knight of Cups and the Chariot, I think that this person very quickly wants to get things back on track with you where things may have been like off course for some time. But again, that's going back to their Seven of Swords. But with you showing the Knight of Cups, I think that Sagittarius, there very much is a part of you that wants to follow your heart with this. But what I worry about here is you dealing with somebody who can't follow through because their emotions are constantly changing. I love the Knight of Cups, but I don't, And when you have things like the Devil and the Three of Swords coming out, it's easy to see why a lot of times I look at the Knight of Cups as being flaky. This is somebody who's like back and forth with you on how they feel and what they're offering you, right? Now, again, this isn't going to be for everybody, but you're going to know if this is your situation. But I feel like the way the relationship is moving, it looks like this person just wants to get things back on track where they may have messed things up. But things have changed very quickly for you with this. But I do think that there is a part of you that wants to accept this and accept them back in. But with the Devil, I think that you're starting to see that this is not a healthy situation, especially if you're still focused on the heartbreak that you may have experienced because of them being deceitful. This is something that is going to affect the choices that are being made moving forward with the relationship. Now, with them showing the King of Pentacles, it may be that, they want to show that they can, provide what's necessary to make the relationship successful, or we are talking about somebody who is very focused on themselves, self-centered. If they wanted to, they could make things right here. They have, the means to do that, being the King of Pentacles. But I don't know. And I think that for you, this is you starting to see now that maybe there are certain things that this person can no longer provide for you, because this is something that we can't get past, I don't think. And then the Five of Cups, Sag, and again, like, I can't stress this enough. These are general messages. You will know if this is your situation, but it looks like you are focused on a person here who, is just wanting to maintain things with you because there's this level of security and stability. But when it comes to follow through, I don't think that, they're capable of doing this. They just cannot provide for you anymore. And I think like I said, that a lot of that is because they're focused on themselves and their own self-interests. Now, and you realize this is not a good situation with the devil. With your Page of Swords and the Moon, I really think that, this person is not willing to face, the things that have happened before. It's like they want to cloud that over. And every time that there tries, oh my God, let me slow down. Every time that there is an attempt to have a conversation about this, you're not getting the full story. You're not getting answers that clear anything up. And that's because they don't understand it either. Like they would literally be communicating to you, Sag, I don't know why I did this. I cannot explain it to you. But I really think it's not something that they're willing to face here, because you wouldn't have, questions. And, again, it's showing how this is a negative situation. I'm so sorry, you guys. Now, moving into the Five of Swords and looking at the Nine of Wands, when you start to get defensive and you're wanting to block them out, that you've been put through enough, you don't want to let them back in. I think that they may be, discrediting the way that you feel, or like trying to make you feel bad for not letting them in. But the thing is it just shows you who they really are. And then you move into this place with the Five of Cups where, they let things fall apart. Things completely collapse this time, and it can't be rebuilt. And I think that, this is what you need. It's not a happy thing. I don't think that this is where you wanted it to go. But this isn't something that can be maintained anymore. But this is them letting things completely fall apart with you. Okay. So you deserve love. You deserve to be in a relationship where you don't feel the self-esteem issues. But I think that this is more so about you needing to realize that maybe it's time to let this relationship go. I do think that some of you may have, been through a situation with a person where it has ended in a way where bringing it back, no matter the amount of communication that goes on, I just don't think that somebody is willing to, be fully a part of this situation, or be a part of like trying to start the relationship over. So the Ten of Wands, this is, hooking up, releasing a burden, yeah, but it usually shows a relationship that is just dropped. It doesn't go anywhere. Now with the Ace of Swords, we could be talking about a new beginning here, but truth and trust is an issue here. But, unfortunately, it's like no matter how much communication there is with the Seven of Swords, you're just disconnected. And that's because something is not being talked about, is what I feel like here. And I always feel like that looking at the Seven of Swords. Like if somebody would just speak the truth, then, maybe we can move on from this. And I think that the biggest problem for you is that you may be dealing with a person, whether they're male or female, it doesn't matter, who just isn't like making themselves fully available to you and to possibly, a relationship here. You're not getting love back. Now, this, though, could be you being very hesitant with this person, though. But again, it goes back to the disconnect with the Seven of Swords. With the Four of Pentacles, we're talking about building the passion, fanning the flames of passion, right? Somebody is trying. And with the Eight of Wands, we're enjoying this kind of contact. But again, where is this relationship going? Because I always look at this as like, we're not really ascending anything here. We're just enjoying the moments that we have together. But I think that it's either you or the other person here is trying to build it up to the point where we move the relationship forward. And then the Six of Pentacles, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? There are things that this person knows that you want, but they are not going to give it to you. That is the Six of Pentacles. But the world is interesting here because you may be looking at this as a relationship that, makes you feel very whole, very complete, right? But again, with the Queen of Wands, there's hesitation in being fully a part of that. And a lot of that is because something is not being talked about. And I think it has to do with the lovers being involved with somebody that possibly had, difficulty in making a choice between you and someone else, which is why the relationship was dropped to begin with. I think that you're struggling here. I think that a lot of you are in the transition of, being single and really needing to let this go. But I don't think that you fully do. I think that this is a situation where you kind of continue whatever is going on between the two of you and you just enjoy those moments. But you, I think, are going to realize that this person cannot give you what you are needing. They know what you want, but I don't think that they're prepared to give that to you. And then the Magician. Okay. So, not so bad. Not so bad. Now, with wedding, we could be talking about this being a type of relationship where we want to get to that point, right? Where you're getting married, or, you're already married here. But I also look at this as like, taking the relationship to the next level for sure. The thing is the way that you come into this, there's an opportunity here to like start things over. But somebody has become lazy and stopped putting in the effort with the Seven of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, always, it's about more than sex. This is about, a relationship here that has the potential to go the long haul, right? Wanting to see continued growth with the relationship, but somebody is not putting forth the effort with the Seven of Pentacles. With the Two of Swords, we're talking about an offer that's being extended and rejected. Like it could literally be somebody who is offering marriage but turning it down. Now, with your King of Wands, though, definitely dealing with a lot of passion with this person here. There is, a good physical connection between the two of you. But the thing is somebody is not there emotionally. And I'm seeing this a lot with a lot of people, and it's driving me nuts, this Eight of Cups. This is, I want you to feel the same way that I do. Tell me that you love me the way that I love you. But this is somebody that is not there yet. Now, for some of you, you may be backing off a little bit if you're extending an offer to somebody, but it's being turned down. But the thing is that there's still very much this passion and attraction for this person. Now, with the Magician, this is about making something happen in your love life here. And, I kind of look at that with the Eight of Cups and think you can't force it, though, right? You can't force somebody to have the same emotions. But this is the potential, I think, for something better to happen here. But there needs to be like a redo, starting over. And then you have the Four of Cups, which unfortunately just seems to be the routine of the situation here. But if you took, what you have available to you here, you can make something different happen. But this is kind of the routine that you're in with this person where, it's like you want them to feel the same way, but they just don't, or it's you. You just keep going through this. I have deep emotions for you, but, if I continuously get rejected of what I want, then it's hard for you to stay in that place of still feeling that. Definitely with the Queen of Cups, there are deep emotions here. There is a lot of love. There is the want to restart, but somebody is not putting forth the effort. Somebody is getting lazy with this relationship. And every time an offer is extended here to take the relationship, I think, to the next level, it's rejected. Now, because there's still, the chemistry between the two of you, especially with the King of Wands, I think that it's something that you guys discuss and you talk about, right? And there's the flirting and, the getting to know each other, things like that. But the thing is what I think that you're starting to understand is that this is going to be a pattern with this person. They just don't feel the same way, but you could make something different happen, or they could. But instead, it's becoming this kind of like routine. And what I would say here, Sag, is that, if this is the relationship that you're in, I think that you need to look at what you can possibly do to make this a different situation. Instead of handling it this way where you just think that this person will never feel the same way about you, maybe there is a different way to, take this relationship to the next level where you're not repeating the same things over and over again, right? Now, for some of you, maybe losing interest. Maybe you're wanting to make something different happen in your love life, especially if this person will never feel the same way about you. I mean, they certainly like talking to you and flirting with you, but, I think that you're the one that's having the deeper emotions here with the Queen of Cups.